Did you sleep, baby? What? Is you good? Feel better? You ready to get some milk? Good morning. Here's yours. Here's yours. What is that noise? I painted my nails. Do you like them? They're like pink with like blue pearly sparkles. Do you like them? Benny, you like them? Yeah, it's got like blue, see, like blue sparkles. Pretty? Thank you. Good morning, guys, and welcome to today's vlog. Let me mute Lily's TV. It is Sunday. It is the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, and the weather is finally nice out. The last 2 days it's been extremely chilly and rainy, and yesterday the sun did come out in the afternoon, and it's supposed to be sunny now today and tomorrow. It's not going to be extremely warm. Like, I wish it was going to be like 75, 80 degrees and like 7 UV. I think it's only going to get up to like the high 60s today, but I'll take that. It's a lot better than being in the low 50s like it was the last 2 days. And so I'm super excited for today that the boys are going to finally be able to like get outside, and they're going to get a lot more pool time today and tomorrow. For me, I have plans with Kasey this afternoon. We're actually going into the city, and we're going to a place called Mr.Purple that we've been 2 times before. We went for Halloween one year, and then we went another time to their rooftop, I think maybe like 2 summers ago. Obviously not last summer because I was freshly postpartum, so I think it was the summer before that. But we're going tonight to celebrate her fiance's birthday. If I'm 27, I think it's his 27th birthday. I was always the oldest one in my grade, and I do know her fiance from high school. We're actually going with a few other people from high school that I rarely ever see. I only ever see these people when it's in a group setting with Kasey and her fiance Nick, because Nick is still friends with a lot of the guys from high school. So I was always like the oldest in the grade. So if I'm 27, I'm sure this is Nick's 27th birthday. So I have that later on today. We have a reservation for the rooftop, I think around 4:30, so we're taking like a 3 o'clock train into the city. So I'll have to get ready today at some point, and Harris is going to drop me off at the train station later on, so that's going to be happening later in the vlog. We'll see how much footage I get today. Maybe I'll continue the vlog into tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice and sunny again tomorrow, and tomorrow is the day I plan on getting a lot of sun and going swimming. I'm not going to swim today just because I have been self-tanning over the last 2 days. I've been using a gradual like tanning lotion, and I don't want to mess that up. And of course I did shower this morning. I'm going to blow dry my hair here in a little bit, so pool is out of the count for me today, but tomorrow I'm going to get a lot of sun and pool time. So we'll see how much footage I get today. I'll probably wind up continuing the vlog into tomorrow to get a little bit more and make it like a full Memorial Day weekend vlog, but you really didn't miss anything the last 2 days. Friday we wound up going to a museum, and yesterday we wound up staying in the house. We went to the museum on Friday with the boys' cousins, and then 2 of them wound up sleeping over. And then unfortunately, Lily woke up yesterday morning really not feeling well. She woke up in the middle of the night. I need to sit down. My arm is falling asleep, but I feel like the sun is going to be in my eyes there. She woke up in the middle of the night, not last night, but the night before that, a few times, and that is so not like her. She consistently sleeps through the night and does really well with it, and so whenever she is waking up in the middle of the night, I always know that there's something typically wrong. And at first I thought it was her belly, because her belly has been a little bit off, finishing adjusting to the whole milk. She was doing really good for a while, but I think now that we're off of formula completely and it's all whole milk, her belly was bothering her. So I thought it was that. I went in there a few times, sniffed her little butt to make sure she didn't poop, rolled her over, tried to get her comfortable. And then at 5:30 in the morning, she woke up just screaming. And I was like, okay, at this point, I'll just take her out, do like a full body assessment and see what's going on. She felt warm when I picked her up. And I opened up her little mouth, and she's getting a front tooth, just one of them so far. The other side is a little red and swollen, but one of them on one side, you can see like the white tip of it coming in, and it's so like red and angry. So yesterday she was very cranky because of that, so I kind of just cuddled with her on the couch all day and took care of her. Last night from like 10:45 to 1. She was super unsettled. I have been giving her Tylenol and Motrin, but I've been giving it to her based on her last weight. When she was 9 months old, she was 24 pounds. And so the last time I talked to the doctor to figure out how much to give her, it's based on that weight. And I feel like it just wasn't fully taking the pain away. So I did bump it up just a little bit, and doing that, when I gave her that at 1 o'clock in the morning, she wound up sleeping until 7:10 this morning. So now I know if she's uncomfortable, how much Tylenol I'm going to give her, and she should be okay. She was pretty happy this morning when she woke up. She's happy right now. She's sitting in her bouncer watching some TV, so we'll see how she does for the rest of the day. But Harris is on baby and kid duty tonight, so I'm praying she's good for him. And if I have to come home later on tonight and give her more medicine and do all that, I will. But I'm hoping the tooth will start to break through. I know leading up to it breaking through is always the hardest point, and once it finally does break through, they feel better. So hopefully another day or two of this. But you really didn't miss too much the last 2 days because we didn't do anything the last 2 days. But now that I'm going to be doing stuff the next 2 days, I'm going to vlog it for you guys. So it is pretty early still. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, and I just had some breakfast. I obviously showered this morning. I have to blow dry my hair here in a little bit. And like I said, plans are not until later on. So we'll kind of see what the day holds leading up to that. And then of course, I will take you guys along for our little city outing, and I am very excited for it. I love getting all dressed up, and I always have an excuse to do so with Kasey. And so I'm just very excited to get out and have a really fun evening out in the city with Kasey and Nick. But for now, I have my coffee over there. I'm going to drink some of that, blow dry my hair, take a slow start into the day. Okay, hair's all blow dried. I totally forgot that I sunburned my scalp really bad last weekend, and it wasn't bothering me or anything the past 2 days, but now blow drying my hair, I have so many flakes in my scalp. I just spent like the last 5 or 10 minutes trying to pick out all the really big flakes. I wish I would have remembered, because when I showered I would have used my scalp scrub that I have, but I think it looks okay for now. If you guys were wondering, I mentioned this morning when I got the boys up that I painted my nails yesterday. I actually ran to Marshall's super fast yesterday to pick up nail polish, because all my nail polishes, I think I threw them all out when we moved because I didn't feel like moving them, and I only have one color that is kind of getting dried out. It's by the, what is this, Insta Dry brand, and it's just drying out. It's not really holding up good, so I wanted to get a new nail polish color, and so I went to Marshall's because they usually have OPI nail polishes for discounted prices. This one was $6. This one is in what does that say, Rosy Future, and I really like it. I love these like iridescent kind of nail polishes because they're so easy to work with. I wound up doing 3 coats of it, and it became pretty opaque. It's like a really sheer pink that's buildable, but it has like a blue, I want to focus, pearly reflect, which you can't really see in this lighting, but it definitely shifts more blue. I wound up doing that last night because, like I said, I'm going out today. I did buy press-on nails to do, but the ones that I did a few weeks ago lasted over 2 weeks, and even taking them off, they were so stuck on my nails, and so I wanted to give my nails a break for a little bit longer. Hold on. What, Bubby? Peppa Pig. Oh, is that Peppa's new baby sister? Jack wanted to show me something on his iPad, but like I was saying, I wanted to let my nails take a break for a little bit longer because the press-ons were so hard to get off, even with soaking them. So we're just rocking the natural nails, and they are painted, and I really like this color. So if you ever come across this color, I highly recommend checking it out. What is it called again? Rosy Future? Yeah, Rosy Future. And if you guys are wondering, the tanner that I used, I love Tanologist tanners, and I usually use their tanning mousses, but I've had this one in my cabinet for a while now. They actually sent me this one. This is their gradual tanning lotion, and I've used it for the last 3 days to get a nice gradual, like, buildable tan, and I actually really like the way that it develops on the skin, and it is so much more forgiving than the mousse. The last few times I've been using the mousse, for some reason it's just not going well with me. My armpits are always super blotchy, my kneecaps are always super blotchy, my neck, I don't know what's going on with me, but I used to have that perfected, and not anymore. I just can't. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But this stuff, if you actually plan ahead and do it a few days in a row, I wound up doing it Friday, yesterday, and then this morning after I showered, you do get a really nice, like, natural light sun-kissed glow. So this is what I used to tan myself for today. But now that I'm done with all of this, I need to go downstairs and entertain Lily for a little bit. I think it's like 8:30 and her nap is not until around 10. So I'm probably going to take her down to the den, run some Miss Rachel, play with her for a little bit, and then I really don't have to get ready until around like noonish, probably after her first nap. So during her first nap, I'm probably going to do some reading because I'm a little bit behind for this month. If you guys know, I'm trying to read 100 books in 2025 and I'm on book number 32 right now. But to complete this, I need to read like 9 or 10 books a month, and I'm only on number like 6 or 7 for this month. So I really need to try and get some reading done today, since I'm not going to be able to do that during her second nap and later on this evening. Okay, Lily is so upset today. She is finally down for a nap. I am going to get her up in a little bit and do lunch for everyone, and then I'm going to start getting ready. But since she's content and the boys are outside with Harris, I wanted to quickly share something with you guys that I'm going to be using in my getting ready process. I actually got 2 things in by Jones Road, and I've never tried anything from Jones Road before, but I have seen and heard of their stuff all over TikTok. And they were so kind as to send me 2 things. One thing being their Miracle Balm, which I feel like is what they're most known for. This is what I've always seen over on TikTok, and I got mine in the shade Dusty Rose. I think there's a little pamphlet that explains what it is. Let's see. It says it is a coverage-free wash of glowing moisture that perfects and enhances the skin. Depending on the shade, the Miracle Balm provides either an all-over tint, a bronze or a blush finish, a luminous highlight, or a colorless glow. I did get the shade Dusty Rose, which is probably one of their more like blushier shades. However, it does have a really pretty sheen to it. There are special instructions on how to use it. It says you need to first break the seal by pressing your index finger into the surface, and then you grab a pea-sized amount of it and warm it between your fingers before placing it on the skin. It is going to give you like a very effortless, no makeup look, and that's what I'm definitely looking for, especially in these summer months. So this is the first thing I'm going to use today. I'm going to use it as my blush and highlighter. And then I also got their mascara, which I'm not sure if this is a new product or not. I think it might be, but this is just their mascara in the color black, and I am a mascara critic, I would like to say. I'm pretty harsh on mascaras, and I am very specific with the type of mascara that I like. And all throughout high school and college, I was known for my eyelashes because they are my natural eyelashes, but I've always been so specific about how I do them with mascara that people would think that they were extensions or fake. So I'm definitely going to put this to the test today, as well as this. I will show you guys the finished product once I'm done getting ready later. I'll give you guys my final thoughts on these things. But I'm definitely excited to give these a go. So keep you guys updated in a little bit when I do go and use these. I hear somebody calling my name. I think it's Jack coming in from outside, and I think he wants a snack. Okay, just went ahead and got ready. Harris took the boys to the park, and little Lily is sitting in my room. I keep going back and forth and checking on her. She actually seems a little bit better. She wound up taking a really good nap, and she had her bottle. She wouldn't really eat lunch, but she had her bottle. But I wanted to quickly give you guys my thoughts on the 2 Jones Road products. The first thing being the Miracle Balm. Now I have to say, I think when you're putting more makeup on your face, look how dirty my mirror is right now. The Miracle Balm I feel like would be really good for on days where I'm wearing absolutely no makeup and I just want to give myself a quick flush and a glow, like if we're laying out by the pool or if I'm doing something where I'm just not wearing more makeup. I did find that it didn't really give too much color payoff, but I was able to build other products on top of it. So I really like that. It is scented and it's a little bit of a stronger scent, but I don't mind the scent of it. I really enjoy the sheen of it, but like I said, I feel like the color payoff wasn't the highest, but it is marketed as a more sheer natural wash of color, so I have to give them to that is exactly what it gave me. But as for that mascara, I am so pleasantly surprised. I will turn the camera around here in a minute, but I think I just found my new favorite mascara. The wand is so like thick and fluffy, which I really like. It's a little bit, it's hard to explain. I would say it's wet because it's fresh, but it's a little bit of a drier formula where my lashes didn't look too wet and clumpy, and it didn't take very long at all for them to dry. It is definitely extremely black, which I like, and buildable. I did 2 coats of it. I don't know if it's marketed as a like volumizing or lengthening, what kind of mascara I need to look quickly and see, but I would say it did give me really good length and it was buildable, and I do think I got a little bit of volume from it. So I will turn the camera around in a second, but this is what my makeup is looking like. I need to obviously get dressed and everything, but I'm going to wait to do that until I put Lily down, which will be around 2:15, and then I'll quickly have to get dressed, and Harris is going to take me to the train station where I'm meeting Kasey and Nick and a few other people. Here is with front camera. I have to clean off my eyelid a little bit on this one, but I feel like my eyelashes look so long, so I definitely am giving this an A+. I think I might have found my new favorite mascara. Okay, we are at Mr.Purple now. I totally forgot to update you guys. We're gonna take hello. How do we do this? Touch to start.
I don't think they had this last time.
Or maybe they had it out. Let's see. We don't want
Should
to
we see? Let's see. Which one?
Yeah,
I don't know
sure you have to.
What does this mean?
Yeah, see? Okay, we have decided we are gonna do it. But do you have to pick the background? Or what'd you do? What do you get? No. 2 photo strips. Choose from the designs you like. Oh, maybe you have to pay first.
I know it's not
Scan for mobile payment. No. Let's see.
Cute. I like that.
Okay, switching over to a little voiceover, we wound up heading up to the rooftop and we got our drinks. I wound up getting a Hugo Spritz, which is like my favorite summery drink. It was a little windy when we first got up there, but the weather actually wound up holding out and being extremely nice. We ordered some little platters. We got like a chicken tender platter and this like little crudité, and there wound up being live music. I don't know if it was open mic night, but there were like 3 or 4 different groups that wound up performing, and it was really, really nice. The vibes were overall really good, and like I said, the weather held out for us, and it overall was a really nice and chill night. And then Kasey and I decided to get some dessert to take on the train to head home. We found this little ice cream spot, and this was actually really good. Good morning, guys. It is now the next day. Last night was so good. It was so much fun. It was really nice to reconnect with a lot of these people. They're going to be at Kasey's wedding in August, so it was a nice like reintroduction into being around them, and I just overall had a really good time. It wasn't a late night. We took like an 8:30 train home, and I was makeup off, in comfy clothes, and in bed by like 10 p.m. So overall, really good night. I'm really glad I went. Unfortunately, Lily really didn't feel good again last night, and Harris had to take care of her. He had to give her more Motrin and of course put her to bed, and she slept until 2:30 in the morning, and then that's when I woke up and gave her more Motrin because she woke up crying. And so her and I are on the way to urgent care right now to see what's going on with her. We're on day 3 of her having up and down fevers, and I just feel like this has to be something beyond teething. Hold on, I was at a red light, now it's green. But like I was saying, I feel like this is something beyond teething. Oh, another green light. I'm trying to get this done so I can get her inside and get seen quick, but I'll finish this when we get to the parking lot. Okay, we just pulled up and she is dozing in the back. That's another thing. I feel like this is like beyond teething because she's had a fever up and down for the last 3 days, and this morning is the first day that I actually took it. All the other times I've just been feeling her and she's been feeling really warm, but I actually went ahead and took her temperature this morning, and it was at, first of all, she woke up and it seemed like there was no temperature. It was reading like 98.9. 2 hours later, it was reading 101. So I did just give her more Motrin, so I'm sure it'll be a little bit less now when we go in there and they take it. But aside from the fever being up and down, she's like so tired all the time, wants to sleep, wants to lay on me, extremely clingy. And I feel like if it was just teething, she would have bouts of crankiness, but wouldn't be so like acting like she's sick. She also wouldn't eat any solid foods yesterday. She is drinking her milk, but she isn't peeing a lot either. So we just pulled up to urgent care. We're gonna head inside and see what's going on with her, and then hopefully I'll get her back home and down for an actual nap. And I really want to go in the pool with the boys. They've been asking me to go in the pool. It's really nice and sunny today and a little bit warmer than it was yesterday, so I want to make sure I spend some time with them since I've been like cuddling her and stuck on the couch with her for the last 3 days. So let's head inside, and my prediction, maybe an ear infection, because she doesn't have a lot of other symptoms like runny nose or cough or anything, so I'm thinking maybe an ear infection, but who knows.
Lily. Now you're acting silly? What's that? So yay. Clap clap. Yay. Oh. Who's that?
Okay, I was right. She has a middle ear infection in her right ear, I think. I can't remember. She was sitting like backwards on me. But I went to CVS to pick up her amoxicillin and they were sold out. So they have to transfer to a different CVS, and she was falling asleep in the car. So I just dropped her at home with Harris. I put her down for a nap. She's already knocked out and sleeping. And I'm heading now to go pick up her amoxicillin. And I'm very glad that I went because she'll be better in like 24 to 48 hours now. So at least this is done.